Hi, I'm Mike Schwartz, Managing Director of iTech Minerals, and today I'm very pleased to announce that we've started drilling at our Sugarloaf Graphite Prospect on the theEyre Peninsula. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about where we've come from in our graphite projects on the theEyre Peninsula, where we're going to, and what we're trying to achieve at this current drilling program at Sugarloaf. So we have had since we've listed on the ASX in October 2021, we've had a number of graphite projects that we've been developing that are all based here in South Australia on the theEyre Peninsula, and we have 100% of those tenements. There's over 2,100 square kilometres of exploration area. We're very lucky to have a JORC compliant resource of 8.5 million tonnes at 9% total graphitic carbon, and that's across 3 deposits at the Campoona Graphite Project. Now, with the development of Sugarloaf and the discovery of significant graphite mineralisation there, and quite a significant airborne electromagnetic anomaly, which we believe is caused by the graphite mineralisation, we've been able to define an exploration target, a really quite large one, of 158 to 264 million tonnes at between 7 and 12% total graphitic carbon. Now that's only probably 20 or 30 k's away from our current Campoona graphite resource, and it's exactly at the location where we are proposing to build the graphite concentration plant for our graphite project. So very close by to our current proposed infrastructure. So what we've been able to achieve to date since we've listed, we've confirmed from a bulk sample from our Campoona graphite resource that we are able to produce a high quality battery grade spherical graphite from that Campoona ore. So that de-risks our graphite project significantly. We've also been able to define this very large exploration target at Sugarloaf, and we did that because we know that we needed to expand on our graphite resources. Our current Campoona resource at 8.5 million tonnes gives us about 11-year mine life. So we need to expand that out to anywhere from 40 to 50 years in order to be able to justify the development of this project. So that's where Sugarloaf, and then another project I'll talk about later, Lacroma, will come in expanding these resources. So why are we drilling at Sugarloaf to start off with? Well, at Sugarloaf, when we did an assessment of all of the electromagnetic anomalies that occur across our tenements. Now, I should explain that the electromagnetism that we test for is really a measure of conductivity, and graphite is a very conductive mineral material when it's in the ground. So if you fly over with a plane, which we've done, and you pump an electric current into that ground, it will charge that graphite in the ground up like a battery essentially. And then when you turn off that current, you can measure that battery discharging or decaying. And that will tell you quite often where a lot of the graphite occurs under the surface. So 2 of the best responses that we got were A at Sugarloaf and then B at Lacroma. So that's why we're targeting those 2 areas. Now we know from existing drilling that Sugarloaf does have quite a bit of graphite already intersected in drill holes over quite thick intervals. And that sometimes those grades are quite high, up to 25% total graphitic carbon. So the difference between Sugarloaf and some of the other prospects that we have, the deposit at Campoona or at Lacroma, is the graphite at Sugarloaf is microcrystalline, so it's quite a bit finer than the existing flake sizes we have at Lacroma and at Campoona. So what that means is that today, using conventional processes, it's a bit harder to concentrate and recover that graphite from that material. So our initial metallurgical test work that we did, it confirmed that it was a nice microcrystalline graphite, and if you can separate it and concentrate, it has good potential to be able to turn that into battery anode material. So our challenge moving forward is to A, prove that we've got enough graphite in the ground there, and then B, prove that we can recover and concentrate that graphite. So where are we going to drill at Sugarloaf in this program? Well, we have a very extensive occurrence that we know from both the drilling and the electromagnetic survey of graphite, which extends for over 4.5 kilometres in roughly a northeast-southwest direction. And it's about 1.3 kilometres wide, so it's a pretty big target, and hence that resulting very large exploration target. Now, what's very nice about this mineralisation from what we can work about it is that it's flat-lying. So that means it's got good mining economics. It's also very close to surface. In places there's actually outcropping. There's outcropping graphite mineralisation on some of the hills nearby. So it's quite well drilled in its northern parts, but in the southern part of the exploration target, it is only relatively poorly drilled, yet that's where a lot of the volume of graphite material is predicted to be. So our drilling program will concentrate on that southern area. We're aiming to drill approximately 14 holes down in that area, which will allow us about 2,000 metres if each hole goes down to about 150 metres each. Now what's most important is that drilling program will supply us with enough material to be able to undertake significant metallurgical test work. So we do know that the graphite is quite fine, and a conventional grind and float process doesn't do a great job at being able to concentrate and liberate those graphite flakes. So now by doing this drilling program, we'll be able to obtain enough material to do further test work to work out a good cost-efficient process to be able to liberate those graphite flakes, to be able to concentrate them so that we have a nice graphite concentrate of about 94%, and we're looking for recoveries about 84%. And then what we need to do is then to work out whether we can then spheronize that and purify it. So we've got all those metallurgical programs now in place to start to see whether we can produce nice high quality battery anode material once we get that sample from the drilling. So that'll be the next stage after we get our drill results. Also, once we've got all the drill results back, we'll be able to upgrade our exploration target to include that southern part of the proposed area that we believe there is graphite mineralisation, because we'll have a lot higher drilling density down in that area. So very exciting time for iTech Minerals. Keep an eye out closely on our ASX releases for our upcoming graphite exploration results, because drilling has now commenced and those results won't be too far away. Thanks for listening. If you want to stay across all of our activities, I'd really encourage you to sign up to our email list. You can do that via our website or follow us on LinkedIn or Twitter. I do try to release regular exploration update videos like this one and other information through those channels so that you can stay up to date with our progress.